Hi guys, I'm going to go through Heian Shodan, Shotokan Kata in this video. Just going to go through the basic points but also in detail. So please make sure you go through the whole kata, guys. Don't just look at little bits. Watch the whole 20-minute video and follow and do the actual exercises that I'm showing you, okay? So that you get to know it. So don't just watch this video, go through it as well. Do the kata with me. Alright guys, so it's Heian Shodan Shotokan Kata, and let's begin. Okay, so if you know 20 moves, it's very similar to 20 moves, okay? What's the difference? Three differences, three actual additions to the kata, okay, which I'll mention. Otherwise it's the same as 20 moves. Alright, so let's start. So we bow first, us, okay, Heian Shodan, okay. Now often you hear two yois, so on the second yoi you want to do that again, okay. So from natural stance, look to your left, the same as 20 moves now. Look to your left, block down, step and punch. Okay, step and punch. Do that again. 1, 2. Okay, like 20 moves, slide through block. Now, this is the first difference and addition. Before you step and punch, you bring this arm back, and I'll show you from a different angle. You bring this arm across your body and around your head in this way and finish with a hammer fist. Okay, hammer fist. I'll show you that in more detail in a moment. And then you step and punch, and then you look to your left downward block, like the first 5 moves. Okay, now, over 20 moves. So, from there, instead of punch, you step and block, okay? Rising block. 1, and you step 2, and you step 3. And I'll explain that in a moment. So that's the first half of the kata, okay? So like 20 moves, look to your left. Block, punch. Slide, block, hammer fist. Now, you draw your front foot back slightly, and then you land in front stance again. Okay, like this. 1, 2. Okay, step and punch. 3. Okay, sorry. Step and punch and downward block. And then you point. I'll explain that part in a moment. Let's go over the hammer fist, okay? So, assuming you got the first parts, because they're the same as 20 moves, okay, let's explain just the part which is different. So let me show you, let's get closer. So when you've done the downward block, you draw your arm across, round your head and down. But as you do that, notice by the way, it's this part that is hitting, okay? The spongy bit. Not the backhand, not the backhand. Commonly, many people are doing backhand. It's not. It's hammer fist, okay? So, as you do that bringing back, draw your front foot back, okay? Draw it back slightly, like this. Come around, and now land in front stance as you hammer down, okay? And then the next part, as I said, is the same. It's 20 moves. Now, the next part, which is different, is 3 rising blocks, not 3 punches. Okay, so watch carefully. So from here, downward block. Okay? Now, from this downward block, this arm points, the same arm that downward blocks points to prepare for the step rising block with the right arm, okay? And then you do 2 more. Step, rising block, step, rising block. Okay? But watch carefully because this is a common mistake also. So from this part, downward block, people often prepare with this arm. And when they step, they're blocking with the wrong arms. Okay, common mistake. So watch carefully so that you don't do it wrong. And common mistake, make that common mistake. Downward block, same arm points to prepare, step rising block. Okay, step rising block, ki. Okay, so that's a ki on the third rising block. Okay. The other thing that people might do, especially the children, the younger ones, so if you're a younger one watching, you might come here and you won't block properly. You're not sure what to do with this arm. And you might do something like that. Okay, or you'll just negate that and then your hand goes up and you do that. So remember, this is a move. This is another common mistake. Okay, to do this and then maybe not do it a downward block and then you're confused. Okay, so let me clear that up. So from there, downward block, same as 20 moves. Same arm points, step 3 rising blocks, ki on the third one. Okay guys, make sure you ki. A ki is like a technique. If you miss a ki, it's like missing a technique. In a grading, you could get marked down for that. In a competition, you lose for that. Alright? For missing your ki. So make sure you ki. Third rising block. So that's the first half. Okay? The first half of Heian Shodan. Okay? Quite simple. Let me go through it again. I'll shorten my stances to get it in the room. Downward block, step punch, slide block, draw, hammer fist, step punch. Downward block, point, same arm, rising block. 1, step 2, step 3. Okay? Okay. Okay. Now, so the next techniques, okay? Okay, one thing I'll say before I move on is remember, okay? Now this is not a class to teach you the techniques because you should know the techniques or you're learning the techniques in your basics. So, but I still just remind you that when you step and block, cross properly your face with the rising block. Cross, rising block. Okay, make sure you're doing that correct technique. Alright? So the next half of the kata is the same. Okay? So those are the two first differences of this kata compared to 20 moves. Ki on 20 moves. The next half is the same bar the last 4 moves. I'll explain those in a moment. So from rising block, back leg slides through, turn block, step punch. Now that front leg turning, guys, if you're having trouble with this back leg, getting that right still, you need to watch Heian Kata video which I recorded last week. Okay, make sure you look at that. Okay, because I explain that back leg move. But I'll just briefly tell you what you're doing. Anti-clockwise turn, left arm prepares, slide your leg round block, and you end up in front stance facing this way. Remember, let me come back so you can see, when you turn, this leg should land further across, not in line with this foot, okay? So as you slide through, the high view, you should be able to see that. This leg is here, this foot is here, this foot is about shoulder width across. Perfect stance facing this way. Okay, so that. Now the next 8 moves are the same as the first 8 moves of Heian, alright? This is what I explain in that video. But basically it's The same as 20 moves. Step punch, slide block, downward block, step punch, slide block, downward block. 3 punches, 1, 2, 3. All right? 3 punches going back, like 20 moves. All right, the last 4 moves, back stance. Okay, they are back stance. So, watch. From front stance, you do the same anti-clockwise turn, but you prepare with your left hand to your ear. Okay, I'll do this in detail, but I'll face this way first. The left hand to your ear, like we're going to do Shuto, but we turn and do it here. Back stance. Okay, what happens to this hand? Stays straight. Okay, so the punching hand, just turn myself this way, opens, and then when you turn, then it comes back. Okay, then it comes through and blocks here. Alright, now let me do it facing this way. Open hands, left to the ear, back leg, which is the left lands to front to landing back stance in line. Shuto. Okay? Shuto. That's where you land. The next move, you're going diagonally. This move, straight. Feet in line because it's back stance. Back leg steps, but you point diagonally. Okay? So, you look diagonal, you point diagonal. Look, the blocking arm points. Prepare with the right, this hand. Step through and diagonal back stance. Shuto. Okay? Now, the third Shuto is, imagine you're doing the slider block. Okay? That's what you're doing, but you're doing knife hand. So from here, because you're just sliding the same foot and it's going to land in front again, you have to block with the same arm. This is another common mistake you will make. Okay? You feel like the other hand should block, like this. Okay, so you mess up there. So that's wrong. So that's what you got to remember, or just follow this carefully. So let's just go back to the punching this way. Turn, open hands, block back stance, straight. Diagonal, point, prepare, step. Diagonal back stance. Okay, now same arm prepares to the ear. To block again. So the same arm blocks again. Back to the ear again. That's the way you get mixed up. So the same arm to the ear. As you slide this arm here, prepares and you block. This side straight. Then you point as you step in, the other arm blocks. Diagonally. Now diagonally, your stance is in line. Front leg comes back. Natural stance, yame. Right leg in, laureus. Okay, so it's the 4 Shutos. Let me show you facing. Let me show you closer. So we've got Shutoki. Let me kneel down on this so you can see here. So guys, you've punched. Let's imagine I'm facing that way. Okay, so I've punched the final punch of the third punch going this way before the Shuto. That's where I'm demonstrating facing you. So, this hand goes to the ear, this hand opens, and as you turn, this prepares in this fashion, because when you block, that's what happens. Okay? But this is on the turn, okay? So, as you turn, this is how you prepare, okay? Shuto. Okay? So, alright, that's the first part. That's the bit which you turn to Shuto. Okay? So let me show you sideways. So when you punch, Shuto. Okay, let me continue. Shuto, Shuto, Shuto. Yame. Okay? So those are the Shutos. If it doesn't make quite as much sense, I would go over this a few times. Okay? The difficulty we're having with Zoom, live Zoom, is it would take time. So it's really up to you to do the homework here. Get that confusion out. Do the extra homework. Okay? Repeat this video, this part of the video. Go back to a part which you're not sure. Stop, rewind, repeat. Okay? So let me show you that part again. So you're facing this way. Turn Shuto, 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 Shuto. Yame. And that's how you would finish. Us. Alright? Now I'm going to go through the whole kata, half speed, slow, for you to see. Okay? As a whole. So let me remind you the three differences of this compared to Kion, hammer fist. 3 rising blocks going this way instead of punches. Then it's like Kion. Incidentally, on the third punch, going this way, Kiai. 2 Kiais in most Shotokan katas. Sometimes it's just 1. Not often. I can't remember the katas which that is. I'll find that out. So, third difference, Shutos. Shutos. Okay? Common mistakes, go back through the video which I mentioned. Okay, I've mentioned a common mistake for each of those. You need to slow it down and go through it when you practice. Then you'll be fine. Alright guys, so let's go through it. Half speed. Okay, now remember the stances are front stance and back stance in this kata. I'm shortening them for the room that I've got. Okay, but there would be full length front stances, okay, and back stance. Bare. Yo. Heian Shodan. If there's a second yoi, you simply do that again. Okay. Ich. Ni. San. An. Shi. Go. Roko. Sichi, Hachi, Kiai on the rising. Ich, Ni, San, Shi, Go. 3 punches. Roko, Sichi, Hachi, Kiai on that punch. Shuto, 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 Shuto. Yame. Okay guys, us. So that's the kata. Okay guys, I'm going to leave it there. Timing wise, if you're higher grade watching this, okay, all moves are fast. Okay, more or less. The only time you speed up a little is on the two techniques. Okay, I don't want to get into detail here. So for instance, rising block, step rising block a little faster. So you step a little faster on the second and third rising blocks. And the same with the second and third punches going that way. Otherwise, it's technique. Okay, fast techniques. Okay, with, you know, not much, but the same kind of pause in between. But that is really being a bit picky, and that can only really be explained in a live class. So ask me about the timing. Alright guys, thank you. I'm going to finish there. Okay, Heian Shodan, well done. Us.